So, okay, so I welcome you all, friends. I think last time we did the overview of Isaiah, and today we will be beginning with Isaiah chapter 1. And as we know, as we saw in the overview, that Isaiah is actually speaking to the southern kingdom, which is Judah, and Jerusalem, which is the capital of Judah, okay, the city there. So here we begin, and I'll once again attempt to see if I can share the screen. Okay, with you all, and here it goes. Okay, okay. So here we begin with the words of Isaiah. Let me try and increase the font. Okay. Okay, so the vision concerning Judah and Jerusalem that Isaiah son of Amos saw during the reign of Uzziah, Jotham, Ahaz, Hezekiah, and kings of Judah. Okay, can you tell me what is the what do we learn from this verse 1 about the context of Isaiah, the situation that he was in from verse 1? Yes, anyone? Yeah. Anyone of you are able to say what's this? What do we learn about Isaiah's situation? When was he actually preaching? In whose time was he preaching? Where was he located? What is he preaching about? What information do we get from this verse 1 of chapter 1? Yeah. Anyone? Come on, quick. We cannot wait like this.
They rebelled. The Israelites rebelled
No,
against.
I'm asking what is the context? What is the situation? What information do we get from Isaiah? Where is he preaching from? During whose time he's preaching? From verse 1.
Yeah.
What? Yeah, what?
During the rule of
yeah, correct. Yeah, he's preaching during the rules of Uzziah, Jotham, Ahaz, and Hezekiah. Yeah. And he's the son of Amos, and he's sharing this vision concerning Judah and Jerusalem. Okay, all right. So now the word Israel in okay, we will come to that. Now he says, "Hear me, you heavens." Okay, for the Lord has spoken. I feared children. I reared children and brought them up, but they have rebelled against me. The ox knows its master, the donkey its owner's manager, but Israel does not know. But Israel does not know its does not know. My people do not understand. Okay. Now, whose words are these? Who is speaking over here? Verse 2 and 3. Huh?
God is speaking because it says, I reared children and brought them up. God is speaking through Isaiah.
Okay, God is speaking through Isaiah.
Yes.
Okay. And okay, and what other information we are getting? Okay, God is speaking through Isaiah. Fine. Okay, now here, who is God appealing to? If God is speaking, what is God doing? Who is he appealing to? Who is God talking to?
To his chosen, the Israelites.
He's speaking to those who are chosen, the Israelites. Yes. No, but he's talking to, he's addressing heavens. See, hear me, you heavens. Listen, earth. So that means heaven and earth means God is speaking to the universe, the cosmos. Okay, and he's complaining to the universe. What is he complaining? What is the nature of, what is he actually saying? What is his complaint? What is God's grievance? Yeah.
The creation has, God is a creator, but the creation has rebelled against him. The people
No,
who
no,
They
no.
rebelled.
How can the creation rebel against? No.
meaning
When he's saying, I reared children, brought them up, but they have rebelled against me, who is he talking about? We did the overview of Isaiah last time.
Yeah.
yes.
From
He's,
Egypt, he brought the Israelites, Pastor.
yeah. He's talking up, yeah. And, hello? He's
Yeah.
talking up, he's talking about southern kingdom, Judah, because he was from Judah. He's talking about Judah. Judah was his primary concern. So he's saying he's talking about Judah. See the opening verse, this vision is concerning Jerusalem and Judah. And he's saying these are the peoples, they have rebelled. God is saying they have gone against me. They were the verse 1. No, this vision is concerning Judah and Jerusalem. It's talking about them. Okay. Now, in what way are Judah and Jerusalem compared to animals like ox and donkey? In what way are they being compared?
Means they are mean less knowledge than even means even faith also thanks also not even as animals have. Thankless people.
Pupil and its master. Pupil and its master.
People and its master.
Pupil and its teacher.
Yeah. So he is saying that even the animals know their creator. They are faithful to the creator. But these people, my own people have gone against me. They don't know who's in charge, they've forgotten me. Basically, that's what he's saying. Yeah. My people do not, and that means they are dumber than ox and a donkey. They are more dumb. We call animals dumb because they can't speak, but we are worse than animals in that sense because we don't even have a basic sensitivity. Like an animal knows their master, their owner. We are worse than that. That's what Isaiah is saying. Okay. Now he goes on to describe what does God mean by rebel? What does God mean that they have forgotten me? He goes on to say, woe to the sinful nation, a people whose guilt is great, a brood of evildoers, children given to corruption. They have forsaken the Lord. They have spurned the Holy One of Israel and turned their backs on him. Now, the Holy One of Israel is a very, very popular expression of Isaiah. He repeats that at least 25 times in this book. Okay. Holy One of it. That's how he addresses God many times. Okay. Now, this is what is the title he's using to describe people of Judah and Jerusalem, and what have they done in verse 4? Yeah.
They turn their back.
Yeah, they turn their back.
Thankless people like that.
Yeah.
And evildoers
Yes.
means where they are liking to do evil.
Okay. All right.
Means they are sinful nation.
Yes. Now they have forsaken the Lord. They have spurned the Holy One of Israel. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So now, okay, now we go to the next verse. Okay, so he's using all these children of corruption. They have forsaken the Lord. Okay. Now, in verse 5, we actually, if I've seen when people are studying Isaiah, they are actually taking 3-4 chapters in one session, because Isaiah is very poetic and descriptive. He tells the same point in a different way. So the main thing is to understand the point of it all, rather than the descriptive language, which is very, very poetic. So what is he actually trying to say? That's what is important. So we'll try to focus on the intention and the motive. Although today we are only doing one chapter, but maybe as we go ahead, we will do 2-3 chapters in one session. Okay, so we just start slow for today. Okay, so he's calling them a rebellious people who have turned their backs on him. Now, he says, why should you be beaten anymore? Why do you persist in rebellion? Now, your whole head is injured, your whole heart afflicted. From the sole of your foot to the top of your head, there is no soundness, only wounds and welts and open sores, not clean, not cleansed or bandaged or soothed with olive oil. Now, who is he talking about? In verse 5 and 6, that you have been beaten, you have been bruised. Who is he talking about?
With Judah.
Yeah, correct. Judah and Zerah. Excellent, Mrs. Jacob. Good. This is how you get a grip of the story. We should know what the context is. So Judah and Jerusalem. And they are now, in what way do you think they were beaten? They were being inflicted. They were being afflicted, injured. In what are the wounds and sores? What is he talking about? In what way have Judah and Jerusalem suffered? Now, Judah and Jerusalem is like Maharashtra and Mumbai. Okay, Judah is like Maharashtra, the region, and Bombay is the capital. So just like he's saying when he says Judah, he actually is saying Maharashtra, the region, and Jerusalem is like Bombay. So he's referring to the city of Jerusalem. Okay. Now, what do you think is happening? Why? In what way do you think this countries, these places, this region is suffering? Yes. Anyone?
It talks about those wars when the enemies like Assyria and all have won victory
Yeah.
over Israel in the past,
Okay.
when they had wars with them, battles,
Okay.
and sometimes even God gave them over to these countries for victories.
Okay, 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 okay. Very good, very good. Good attempt. Good attempt, Mary. And let me just take you to one map. Can you see? I'm opening a new Google screen. Are you able to see that?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Just yeah. Okay. Now, if you look at this particular map, one second. Yeah, I'll just share that map with you now. Okay. Can you see it? Yeah. This is Israel here, and this is Judah. Now there are these small countries which are surrounding Moab, Ammonites. Okay, and then there is Syria. Aram is basically Syria. Okay, and there is Edomites also somewhere around. So we have these small countries constantly battling with Judah. Okay, and yes, Judah has gone through a series of war. Now, by the time Isaiah is speaking to Judah, Babylon has not yet attacked. Assyria has not yet attacked Judah, but Assyria is probably very close to attacking the northern kingdom. Okay. And so when he's talking about you're wounded and bruised, it doesn't mean Babylon. It means these small nations that were surrounding and constantly fighting Israel. The Ammonites, the Moabites, Arameans, and Edomites. Okay, so these are the small nations. And finally came the judgment from Assyria on northern kingdom, and then Babylon on the southern kingdom. Okay, we will look at that. Yeah. So he's talking about that, and also he's talking about famines and all of that. So in different ways, God has sent suffering into Judah, so that they. So now, why is God? What is the purpose of God causing them to suffer? What is the purpose of God causing them to suffer so much? All this beating and all. What is God trying to do? Why is God putting Judah through affliction after affliction? Different countries, yeah.
God wanted to discipline them.
Yes, okay, excellent answer. God wants to discipline them, and that's why he says, why should you be beaten anymore? You know, you are being beaten. Why do you want to get beaten anymore? It's your choice. You're not listening. You're not coming back on the track. And that's why so he's chastising them. He's chastising, just like a parent will beat a child sometimes to discipline the child. That's what he's doing. Okay. So this also gives an insight into sometimes suffering that comes in our life. God allows suffering to come into our life to help us to break our pride, to help us see that we are wrong, we are selfish, we are being proud, so, and to bring us back on the track. Okay. Now, from the sole of your feet to the, okay, that's it. There are all these are description of the battle, okay, of the wounds. Now your country is desolate, same thing. Your city is burnt with fire. Your fields are being stripped by foreigners. These are foreign invaders right before you, laid waste as when overthrown by strangers. So all people from outside have come and looted you. Yeah, they have plundered you. Okay. Now, daughter in Zion is like a shelter in a vineyard. Shelter used to be a small raised platform, which used to be for the farmer or the guard to keep watch in the vineyard. So usually that kind of place is empty. There are no possessions there, and it's just an empty space. So when he's talking about shelter in a vineyard, hut in a cucumber field, he's talking about these empty places. It's empty. There is nothing there. That's your condition. You see, Judah has become empty. There is nothing. You have been looted so much that you have become empty. That's what he's trying. So that's a description given, like a city under siege. Unless the Lord Almighty, the word Almighty actually is referred to in another version as the Lord of Hosts. Does anyone know what does the word Lord of Hosts mean, or Lord Almighty? What does it mean?
Means
Lord of host will be the heavenly beings, na?
Wings.
Host of angels, we say, na?
Okay. Yeah.
host
Yes.
means uh, leading the army.
Excellent. Correct answer, Mrs. Jacob. Host would mean one who leads many armies. God is one who has many armies under him, and he is capable of destroying all the enemies of Israel. That's what the word. When we say Lord Almighty, we are calling upon someone who has got many armies under him, and he can defeat everyone. That's what he is. Okay. Now we would have become like, okay, unless the Lord Almighty has left us some survivors, we would have become like Sodom and Gomorrah. You know the story of Sodom and Gomorrah?
Yeah.
Yeah. So he's talking about when Lot and his wife, they family ran away. Lot's wife became a pillar of salt. The whole city, those two cities were so sinful, they were destroyed by hail, fire, and hailstones, fiery hailstones. Now, and he's talking about, now what does this verse mean? Unless the Lord Mighty had left us some survivors. He's talking about futuristically. Again, you see, I told you last time, Isaiah is looking at a range of mountains. He cannot make out which mountain is close, which mountain is far away. You remember, na? We showed you that picture on overview. So this sudden line is about the remnant which will come back from Babylon. So whenever God destroys something, he actually is always saving a few people. Like even in the destruction of Sodom and Gomorrah, it was Lot and his family he saved. Yeah. In Noah's time, he saved Noah and his family. Yeah, so there is always some section of small people he will survive. It is called the remnant. In the Bible, they are called the remnant. Now, what does this tell us about God? God is judging them. Like he's talking about the quality of God. God would have destroyed us. Unless the Lord Almighty has left us some survivors. What does it tell us about the character of God? That even though God punishes, he leaves some survivors.
He don't want to destroy all.
Correct.
Yes,
Yeah. Yes. There is a mercy even within his judgment. There is a mercy even within his judgment, and he's talking about this particular, like even in the hurricane, there is a small space where of vacuum in a cyclone also where you can stand safe. So it's that place he's taking, that God always tries to save. Okay, left us some survivors, we would have become like Sodom and Gomorrah. Okay, we would have become like Gomorrah. Now, can you tell me in the next verse, hear the word of the Lord, you rulers of Sodom. Listen to the instructions of our God, you people of Gomorrah. Now, why is he using this word Sodom and Gomorrah? Sodom and Gomorrah is already dead. What is he referring to when he's using these words, Sodom and Gomorrah? Hear the word of the Lord, you rulers of Sodom. Listen to the instruction of our God, you people of Gomorrah.
Is
Is
how
they comparing Israelites to this
Yes.
Sodom and Gomorrah?
He is using these words. He is calling Judah and Jerusalem with these word titles. A word of contempt that now you are Sodom and Gomorrah, basically. You are those kind of people. Yeah. Now he's causing that also not to just curse them. His intention is not cursing them or to humiliate them. He wants to shock them so that they wake up and they respond to his mercy. They respond to his grace. That's what he's to his appeal. Okay. Now the multitude of your, now we will go to the verse 11 and 12. Yeah. The multitude of your sacrifice, what are they to me, says the Lord Almighty. Uh, I have more than enough of burnt offerings of rams and the fat of fattened animals. I have no pleasure in the blood of bulls and lambs and goats. When you come to appear before me, who has asked this of you, trampling this of this trampling of my courts? Yeah. Stop bringing meaningless offerings. Your incense is detestable to me. New moon Sabbaths and convocations I cannot bear. Your worthless assemblies. Yeah, your new moon feasts and your appointed festivals I hate. When with all my being, they have become a burden to me. I'm weary of bearing them. When you spread out your hand in prayer, I hide my eyes from you. Even when you offer many prayers, I am not listening. Wow. So I'm closing my eyes and I'm closing my ears also. Your hands are full of blood. Okay. Now, can you tell me what was the purpose of sacrifices that were being made in the temple? What was the sacrificial system about? The whole practice of giving sacrifice to the Lord, what was that about?
means because of their sins,
For their sins.
they wanted to forgive.
Forgiveness, okay, yeah. Sometimes it used to be like Thanksgiving also, no?
Thank you.
Yeah, okay.
The law also required it. The law
Yes,
also.
correct. Yeah, the sacrifices, the temple system of sacrifice was always in the context of the law. It was because the law was there, the sacrifice was. If you break the law, you have to do this. If you're blessed with this, then you have to do this. So that way. So everything is meant to be prescribed by more. But the main thing was not sacrifice. The main thing was the law. The main thing that you should follow the law, and the sacrifice is supposed to help you follow the law. It is supposed to encourage you to follow the law. That's what the sacrifice was meant for. But now, What do you think? Why do you think God is angry with their sacrifices? It's God is feeling tortured when they pray, when they worship Him. Why? From verse 10 to 15. Why do you think God is so angry with their sacrifices that He just doesn't care about what they offer Him, what they do, what they bring? He doesn't care. Why?
Because
I think
as
because
per,
yeah, go ahead.
yeah, go ahead, go ahead.
I think because like they did worship other gods as well. Like they had other images also.
Uh-huh.
That thing. So and then with the same this they pray worship God also. Like God was just another god for them. That was the state of Israel.
Okay. Any other answer?
Means
Okay.
what they are doing, that those are all worthless.
Okay.
Means
Okay. Yeah.
new moon, Sabbath means rituals. That is useless.
Okay.
That's why God is saying that
Yeah, that's
just you
yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Okay.
like,
Now let's see the
So
let us see the answer to that questions. If you look at verse 16, 17, God is saying, "Wash yourself clean. Take your evil deeds out of my sight." So they are doing evil. Stop doing wrong.
wrong.
What is the wrong thing? They were not doing justice. Okay, learn to do justice, seek justice, defend the oppressed. That means in their city, in their that region, the people were being oppressed by their rulers. Okay, take up the cause of the fatherless, plead the cause of the widows. The widows were being exploited and nobody bothered about them. Okay, that's what was happening. Yeah. Now, okay. Now again, I ask you, why is God refusing to accept their worship, their sacrifices, their prayer? He's not willing to. Uh, he doesn't want to.
Listen them.
They say why?
Because their attitudes and all are outside only. They are not wholeheartedly accepting the God's law, and they are not following their actual
Yeah.
doings.
Okay.
Whatever the ritual, only they are outside. They are
Yeah.
following the rituals.
Correct. Correct. Okay. 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 So now the thing is. What is the intention of the now we know that there was something what was wrong with the Israelites. What was wrong with them? What was wrong with the people of Judah from this passage?
They
What were
are not. They are not doing justice to the people.
yes, correct, they are not
yes.
doing that. So what is their intention in giving sacrifice?
Uh, themselves only. They means they are showing.
Okay, okay.
Forgiveness for their sins.
Okay, okay.
They know that they are
Yeah,
doing wrong.
yeah. Now the thing is, Isaiah says, "My people don't know. My people don't understand." So they are completely blind to the fact that they are doing all these things wrong, and they are instead giving sacrifice. See, sacrifice was the main thing, was the law, and the sacrifice was part of the law. But what they have done is they have taken out the law. They are not following the law because the law itself says don't do injustice. You understand? The law itself says look after the oppressed, the poor. So they have substituted the law for sacrifice. So what they are doing is they are, I think Kitty, your mic is on. Yeah. Okay. So what they are doing is they are they are trying to cover up, or they are trying to bribe God. They are thinking they can appease God, they can make him happy, they can manipulate God with sacrifices. Are you understanding?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Don't try to
they are
listen.
thinking that I can give this to the local inspector and he'll turn a blind eye to my smuggling. That way, so it's like that. So they are treating God like that. So they are appeasing God. They are making the show of sacrifices, but they are not. They are letting sin remain in their lives. They are doing the wrong thing. They have discarded the main thing, that is the law, obedience to the law. And they have the sacrifice that was meant to emphasize the law has now just become the main thing for them, and they are giving it to the Lord. They are hoping they can manipulate. Now, in today's time, what are some of the things Christian can do? Today's Christians can do in the same way to substitute for obedience in their life.
Regularly coming to the church.
Excellent, Mrs. Jacob. Very good. So they, just because they come to church, they think they can be very good. And another else, anything else?
Mm. And they are proud as being a Christian's name. Christian
Excellent.
name.
Excellent. Very good. So they might be. Anyone else? What are certain things today Christians, believers can substitute for the wrong in their life? And they can say, I'm doing this for God. And they can feel very good about themselves. And they will not like they can be treating a
They will
relative.
donate, they
Donate.
give money.
Yeah, okay, correct. Yeah. Some people can be even proud that they give tithe. Or they can be giving donations to church, so that they might feel, yeah. Okay. Now, tell me one thing. So now so people can be doing all the spiritual activities. They can be attending retreats, Bible studies also. They can be fasting, praying. They can be doing a lot of good things, but they may not be dealing with sin in their life, and they can cover it up with this. I'm doing so much, so this is okay, or they might ignore it and substitute that. So that's what is important. Okay. So now just take a moment and think that, is there any way we are right now manipulating God by calling ourselves spiritual, by doing spiritual things, but in reality, we are not obedient to the law of God. We are not obeying God. Is there something in my life
Yes.
because of which I feel very good about myself?
Yes.
I think I'm doing for God,
Very
but
true.
in reality, my heart is not with God. Yeah? So, can you tell me what is more important to God than worship? What is more important to God than sacrifices, than prayers? What is more important to God?
Repentance.
Repentance, okay. Excellent.
Our heart also.
Our heart, okay. Turning
And
from sin, that is what it is saying. Repentance is turning from sin, turning towards God. And
faith and trust first.
faith and trust, okay.
Yeah.
Excellent, yeah.
Obedience.
Obedience to God, okay. Obedience, yeah. All right. Yeah, great. Now, okay. We will come back to that question. Okay. Now, can you tell me what is the obedience God is asking them to do? What is God saying is missing? What you should rather do? This, I'm not interested in all this sacrifices and all that you think. You do this. What is that God is saying?
Justice, seek the
Yeah,
justice.
justice. Okay,
And
fine.
widows.
Excellent.
We have,
Excellent.
and fatherless people.
Yeah.
You have to take care of.
Yeah, yeah, excellent. Now, just
Oppressed people,
yeah,
oppressed people also,
very
different
nice,
oppressed.
great, great, fantastic. Yeah. Now, do you think? Why do you think Christians are not involved in social justice today? Many of us believers, why are we not involved in the social issues in our country, in our society?
They are fearing about persecution.
They are fearing of persecution. Actually, they are not doing anything also for
Yeah.
to be persecuted.
Mm.
But in truth, okay, maybe one of the reason is that they are saying that okay, we are afraid of persecution. What is the
They
other
don't
reason?
want to. They don't want to against them. Be against them.
Yeah.
Means they want to mingle
They
with the
want,
worldly people.
they want to be neutral.
Make happy them.
Yeah, so they are wanting to be neutral, like that TV series used to come to Star Trek. We are going to be transferred to heaven straight, lifted, airlifted. So that's there. Okay, so those are some of the things. Yeah, different reasons. Do you think there is a connection between? Arey, wow, the champion is here. 1 second. Yes. Mrs. Ranganathan joins us. Hello, Mrs. Ranganathan.
Welcome, welcome.
Welcome, welcome. Hello. Yes, yes. Your mic is.
Like,
Yes.
I can't use my right hand for 7 days.
Pardon? You
Seven,
can't use your right hand.
7 days,
Oh,
this needle
okay.
will, na?
Okay. Yeah.
Each time, otherwise they will have to prick.
Correct. Yes.
Just,
So, yeah.
just finished.
Okay, great. We appreciate that even you are making those few minutes also, you are coming, bringing to the Lord.
Yeah, very nice.
Very nice. So we are discussing, Mrs. Ranganathan, Isaiah chapter 1, verse 17, where Isaiah is testifying, like God is telling the people of Judah that I am tired of your worship, your sacrifice and offerings. I don't want this. No, rather do right, seek justice and all of that. Yeah, that's what it is. Now, that's what it is. So we asked why today Christians are not involved. So most people are saying that there's persecution, they want to be neutral, they don't want to get involved in the society. So all of that. Okay, now that's one thing. Now if we do you think Christians should get involved in the society that they live in? Do you think Christians should be involved in the social issues that are there? Hello.
I think they should, na?
Yeah, they should. Isaiah clearly says that. Yeah. Okay. So do you think there is a connection between personal sin in their life, and involvement in society? Do you think there's a connection between sinfulness in their life and their not being involved in the society?
Uh,
Yeah.
but the
So
society is always there to correct the individual, put the norms of the society.
correct.
And
Yeah.
even the
So
individual is always responsible to the society.
okay. Yeah. So do you think there are even personal sin can be a form of hindrance for us to work in the society, because it takes away our joy, it keeps us addicted to sin in selfishness, self-engrossment, and then we don't care about anyone else. So do you think that can also happen? Yeah.
Yes. It
Yeah.
makes us self-centered.
Yeah, it makes us self-centered. That's what many Christians are today. There's a huge complaint that today Christians are not getting involved in the country, in the nation. Whatever happened, only the Britishers, the missionaries did of the past. Now, hardly any Christians are, all mainline Christians, they all want to be raptured, but nobody wants to get involved in the society. Okay. Now, okay, let's quickly go. He says ahead, we'll come back to this issue once again. Your hands are full of blood of innocents you have killed or you have crushed. Wash and make yourself clean. Take your evil deeds out of my sight. Stop. Okay, this we did. Come now, let us settle the matter, says the Lord. Though your sins are like scarlet, they shall be as white as snow. Though they are red as crimson, they shall look like wool. If you're willing and obedient, you will eat the good things of the land. But if you resist and rebel, you will be devoured by the sword, for the mouth of the Lord has spoken. So what is God inviting them to do? What is God inviting them to do? What is God telling them? Yeah. This is Jacob.
Yes, if you are rebelling or resisting the justice,
Yes.
you will be devoured by the sword.
Excellent.
Means you are getting punishment.
Yes, yes. Now it's also amazing. He says that if you are obedient, you will be blessed. But if you are disobedient, you will be destroyed. Yeah, very simple. But what is interesting is God is telling them, come, let us reason together. He is not being dictatorial, that now you will be punished and now this will happen. He says, come and talk to me. So it's really amazing that God is so open and free to reason with his people. Yeah. Now, see how the faithful city has become a prostitute. Yeah. It's spiritual adultery. The love of the world is spiritual adultery. So it talks about God's relationship with Judah like a relationship of a husband and wife. And so when Judah is going after corruption, sinful living, it's like she's betraying her husband. So it's a term of prostitute. You're prostituting yourself, which prostitute would also mean different customers. No? So what Judah is doing, Judah is going after different kings, different nations in alliance. She wants to go to Assyria first, then she wants to go to Egypt later on. So different nations, but not coming to God. That's the line he's using. She once was full of justice, righteousness used to dwell in her, but now murderers. Okay, so that's the degradation. Now full of justice. Who was known for justice in Judah? Yes,
Solomon.
King Solomon. His justice was so good. People came from different parts of the world to hear his justice. And now see what has happened. So people came to learn from him justice, and now see what has happened. Yeah. All right. Your silver has become dross. Your choice wine is diluted with water. Now silver has become corrupt, and your choice wine is diluted with water. Was silver, at least at that time, it was something precious. And wine has become water, meaning putting water in the wine and serving it to the guest. Will it have any effect? It has lost its potency. Yeah, it's just like giving thumbs up without any fizz in it. So its punch is gone. So he's talking about what? What does he mean by silver and choice wine? Pardon? Who's the silver and who's the choice wine in Judah?
Silver.
Who is the silver of Judah and who is the choice wine of Judah?
Like Solomon?
No.
Levites.
Huh?
The Levites.
Okay, yeah. Mrs. Ranganathan?
David.
Solomon.
Yeah. No, they have all gone. Rulers. See the next one. Your rulers are rebels. So the rulers, the kings, the intelligent people, the nobles, who are, you remember they were all then captured and taken away. The kings would take all the top people used to be taken away into exile. So he's talking about these people because the leaders are not well. They have become like this. So who will run the country? This is what has happened. So your rulers are rebels, partners with thieves. They all love bribes and chase after gifts. They do not attend the cause of the fatherless. The widow's case does not come before them. So again, huge kind of social injustice is there. Therefore, the Lord Almighty, the mighty one of Israel, declares, I will vent my wrath on my foes and avenge myself on my enemies. I will turn my hand against you, and I will thoroughly purge away your dross and remove all your impurities. Any idea how impurities or dross is taken out of metal, out of
Means
gold?
mixing,
Gold.
mixing.
By melting it.
By lighting it.
Melting it.
Yes, yeah, it is melted and it is boiled. And when it is boiled, the impurities
Burning.
comes on top.
Burning.
And the liquid, from the liquid, it comes on top. When it's high temperature, it becomes gold. If you're purifying gold, you burn the gold, you take it out of the mud after the oil mineral form, and you burn it. Whatever comes on top, that is the impurity. You throw it. Whatever remains is gold. So that's what he's going to do. I will restore your leaders as in the day of old. Okay, so what is he talking about? That you will be purged. But God is saying, now I'm going to deal with you. I'm going to purge you. What is he talking about? Now I'm going to refine you. What is he talking about?
Means he wanted to.
Yeah, but what is he going to actually do? When he says, now I will burn you like that. I will burn you and I will take away your dross and your impurity.
Babylon.
Excellent, Mrs. Jacob. Full marks. Babylon will come and Babylon will crush you, destroy you completely and take you to exile. Once you're in the exile, then you will become faithful to me. And then I will call you back.
Right.
That's what he says. Okay. And afterwards, you will be called the city of righteous and faithful city. Okay. Now tell me, after they came back, did they become the city of righteousness and faithful city?
Yeah.
After they came back, did they become a city of righteousness and faithful city?
Yeah, Ezra, Nehemiah, they built there.
No, Mrs. Jacob. This did not happen really because they are again degraded. They in fact neglected the building of the temple even after coming back from exile. So what is this prophecy referring to? This prophecy is referring to the millennial kingdom when Christ will come and he will rule from Jerusalem, and Jerusalem will become the city of righteousness and faithful city. You see, Isaiah speaks from different timelines. He talks about different periods of future. First, he's talking about Babylon, and now he's talking straight about Jesus is coming. Yeah, that's what he's talking. Okay. Now, Zion will be delivered with justice. Zion refers to a fortress mountain in Jerusalem, which actually is a word used for Jerusalem. But Zion will be delivered with justice, penitent with ones with righteous, but rebels and sinners will be broken, and those who forsake the Lord will perish. Now, this again talks about the time when all the wicked people who resist God will be destroyed. So it talks about the final time. Yeah. You will be ashamed because of the sacred oaks in which you have delighted. You will be disgraced because of the gardens that you have chosen. Now, what is this sacred oaks and gardens? Last few verses. What is this sacred oaks and gardens? Sacred oaks and gardens are basically Canaanite places of worship, where they used to drink, they used to have immoral sex, and they used to even offer their children in sacrifices. So what is he talking to the Canaanites or is he talking to the people of Judah? Verse 29.
Yeah.
Who is he talking to? Verse 29, who is he talking to?
Judah.
Yes, that means they also became like that. They also started worshipping these gods. That was also one of the sin. What Mary said in the beginning, now it is true, not at that time, that they had also slowly started worshipping their God because they wanted what? They wanted fertility. They wanted agricultural growth. And Canaanites worshipped gods that had agricultural growth. You will be like an oak with fading leaves. But what will happen? The oaks that you worship will not have leaves, like a garden without water. The mighty man will become tinder, and his work as a spark. Both will burn together with no one to quench the fire. So what happens to plants that don't have leaves, that don't grow? They fall down, they die, and then they are burned. They're put in the fire as firewood. That is what will happen to you. Okay. Now, can you tell me, just coming back to verse 17, do you think, is God saying that social justice is better than worship?
Yeah,
Social justice is better than worship? Like,
of course.
okay. So do you think from tomorrow, churches should stop worshiping and just better for them to focus on social justice and not to worship?
Through church only, Pastor.
Huh.
Through church, we have to
Okay.
do.
Now, yes. No, yeah, but should the church, rather than, instead of spending 30 minutes of praise and worship or 40 minutes of praise and worship, rather go into the streets and serve the poor? Will that be better than worshiping God for 30, 40 minutes in the church?
No, we have to worship also.
Correct. Yeah, yeah. Because, yeah,
Then only we can do
yeah,
proper
correct.
work.
Because you cannot substitute sacrifices with social justice, because social justice will also become the same thing. Why the sacrifice wasn't working? Because the heart wasn't there.
Yeah.
And why the social justice also will not work? Because slowly the heart will not be there. The main thing is the heart. Is your heart with God? Are you sincere before Him? And do you know now why Cain's sacrifice was not accepted? Because Abel offered a sacrifice, just a hint, because God does not enjoy sacrifices that don't have a heart behind it. God doesn't enjoy prayer and worship that don't come from a sincere heart. And that's why Abel's sacrifice probably was accepted and not Cain's, because his heart was not right. Yeah, so the main thing is, today, is our heart right with God? You know, are we really sincere with the Lord? Okay, so that's all for today. May the Lord bless you all,
Thank you,
and
Pastor.
we'll come back again.